So how did I lose a minute? I don't know. So this video is about my experience with Pokemon Red. The original OG Game Boy game. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm currently logging into my game. Yeah. As you can see, yeah, my original Game Boy game. It's completed. League's completed. All 8 badges earned. Obviously, the league is completed. And I think it said 35 hours it took me to beat this game. No, I did not want my Pokédex. I wanted my Pokemon. And as you can see, I'm about to read my team off here. I've got Raichu the Sparkly, Charizard the Nexus, uh, Marowak the Gaia, Hitmonlee the Hitmonlee, I did not nickname him, Scyther the Scyther, I did not nickname him, and Gyarados the Mary, with the female symbol. As you can see, they're little ugly sprites there. Don't know if that's noticeable or not. I mean, they're ugly sprites. It's a really, really old game. This game's as old as I am. Then the weird thing about the Game Boy game is like, a Game Boy Advance is, you can, is it that button? Yeah, you can press that button. Then we get the original screen. We can press it again, or the other one, to stretch it out to the full screen, which is how I played it, stretched out. Because, you know, I figured this was better than that. I mean, I guess that could be fine, but that's just better to me, even though it's literally just stretching it. It's not actually filling it out. You can tell it's literally just stretching the screen. It's not making the screen bigger in that sense. It's just stretching it. Anyway, see, I just wanted to show you that. I did beat the game. You know, my team is fully loaded and all that jazz. But, and I am in Pallet Town, in front of my house, Red's house. But enough of that. So, Pokemon Red, right? Yeah. A really highly nostalgic game for a lot of people. For me, this game is torture. Obviously, I didn't grow up with this game. This game was released roughly around the same time I was born. I was born in 1996, so I think the game came out that year, if not a year later. So I don't have nostalgia with this game, but I always wanted this game just for the collector's sake, and I did get it through a weird mean. I actually got this game and this game at the same time, although this game, obviously, as you know, fully works, saves, does everything. It's still a usable working copy of Pokemon Red. This, however, is not a completely usable working copy of Pokemon Gold. It works, it just does not save. And I know there's a way to fix that, but I don't know how. So until then, you either gotta play this all the way through in one sitting, baby, or you're not beating it. But yeah, enough of that. My experience with Pokemon Red. You know, the game started out normal, a little slower than I'm used to, obviously, because I started with this game. This was my first Pokemon game. Back in my sophomore year in high school in 2016. Not 2016. I was 16. That's why I thought of 16. No. In 2012. Yeah, I played this game back at the very end of 2012, early 13. For the first time, my first time playing through a Pokemon game and all that, and it was really fun. my then girlfriend really wanted me to get into Pokemon. And so after we broke up, I was asking her, so I was like, do you want your game back? Because she gave me Soul Silver. I was like, do you want it back? And she also gave me Red and Gold. She also bought me Pokemon White. She really fed me Pokemon. She really wanted me into it. But, I mean, we're still good, so that's why I was asking her after the fact if she wanted her games back that she gave me. And she's like, no, you can keep Red, you can keep the Gold, you can definitely keep the Soul Silver. I gave that to you. And she's like, the Red and Gold, yeah, you can just keep them. And I think I know why. This game is hard to play nowadays. You really need to grind. You really need to have the attention span for it. It's very... I hate to make this comparison because Pokemon Red is a very, very dated game. And I mean that. It's dated. The game is really rough around the edges by today's standard. Like, for comparison's sake, like for me, I played Soul Silver first. This is my first Pokemon game. A good start, right? One of the greatest Pokemon games of all time. I have Black 2, Y, Omega Ruby, Sun, Ultra Moon, Sword. I have all these modern Pokemon games, and I just recently bought Pokemon Platinum because I really wanted to play that game. But I never played anything prior to a DS. Never played Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Red, Leaf Green, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Red, Blue, Yellow. Never played any of them. Until, these two came into my hands. And it's like, alright. But, I played through the game and it was really slow and it was just hard to play. Not because of how it looked, but because of its mechanics back then were really unrefined. And like I said, the gameplay was just really slow. It was really tough grind. If you're into grinding, these games would play just fine for you. But I think for me, at the point in time, I just didn't have the patience for it. I probably still don't. Which is why I abused the missing no glitch. I'm not afraid to admit this. I abused the missing no glitch to no end to beat this game. I got all the way up to the Elite Four, I think. And I think I was like, I'm underleveled. And there are certain members on my team that I don't think I'm ever going to get to the right level. So I decided to abuse the missing no glitch before taking them on, and that's that. I think the game is extremely dated. I don't think it's a great game by any means. I don't think the game still holds up at all. I think it's still playable, but it is by far from being anywhere near the best Pokemon game. Any game that's come out after it has far since surpassed it. And I think Gold is probably just a more tolerable, slightly more refined version of Red and Silver, Red, Blue, and Yellow. So, yeah, I think they're revolutionary, great, phenomenal games for their time. That was for their time. It's like GoldenEye 64. That game was a revolutionary and hands down one of the best games of its era. But if by today's standards, that game is garbage. It's trash. It's borderline unplayable. And I hate to make that comparison to Red, but it's true. But that being said, I'm glad it exists. I'm glad it's here. I'm glad I'm able to say I beat it, even though it wasn't via very high morale means. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and with Gold, like I said, it doesn't save, so I only got as far as the first gym before I would stop playing twice. And yeah, I think the games are fine, but they definitely don't hold a candle to anything that came after it. And like I said, I'm really looking forward to Pokemon Platinum that I bought, and really looking into buying Emerald so I can play that on the Game Boy Advance. But yeah, so that's my experiences with Red and Gold. Yeah, uh, tell me in the comments below what your experiences are. Um, how fondly you look at them, if you feel the same way I do, that they're dated relics from their time period, or if they're still masterpieces. Hope you have a great day. Remember, only you can be the best you can possibly be. If you like the video, click like, comment, feel it was super special. Also subscribe if you haven't. That'd really help me out. And ta-ta for now.